Well, welcome back to the Science of Peace. Today, I want to talk about a book that was referred to me from someone from IG. Thank you so much. I am forever grateful. And oh man, so this book really it just kind of lit me on fire with just confirmation of my own personal spiritual awakening. And once I started reading it, actually they sent me the audio version that's available on YouTube. The name of the book is called The Celestine Prophecy. Some of you may have already read it, but for those who have not and don't know anything about it, yo, go listen. I'm not getting paid to advertise for this. I just want to put that out there. I'm not getting paid to advertise for this book, but I'm telling you, if you are on some type of spiritual journey, some type of spiritual awakening, yo, go listen to or go read The Celestine Prophecy. I like audiobooks because to me that's a way that you can cheat on your main book. So I'm reading, this is my main book, You Are the Placebo, and I got a bunch of other Science of Peace classes on this book. But this is the physical book that I can read. But when you got an audio book, now you can cheat. You know what I'm saying? For all my geeks, right? So because you can listen to it in the car when you're on your way to work or to the gym or wherever you're going. You know, you can put it on when you're cleaning up and just listen to The Celestine Prophecy on YouTube, y'all. If you want me to send you the link, I can send you the link. That's not a problem. But you can also just go right on YouTube, put it in the search, Celestine Prophecy, listen to the audio. It's like 9 hours and some change. Hey, yo, it's going to change your life. So I really wanted to talk about, so basically it's a main character in the book who goes on this journey to find out more and discover about this ancient Peruvian manuscript that was written back in 600 BC. And it has 9 insights, 9 spiritual insights. And the insights are like, that's what I really want to talk about. So when you listen to it and you read it and you get to these insights, man, like you're gonna see how you've already experienced some of these insights, but you might not have really given it enough, you know what I'm saying, energy into it. So I just want to talk about this. So the first insight, right? The first insight is about when we become conscious of so-called coincidences. Now, many of us already have heard the expression, there's no such thing as coincidence. That's not a coincidence when something happens, you know what I'm saying? So the first insight in this book, The Celestine Prophecy, is about when you become aware that coincidences are not coincidences. That there's a bigger and deeper force that's working behind it, behind the scenes, putting pieces together that you intentionally, as the creator, or unintentionally, really, you're making these things happen, but you might not be aware. So for example, have you ever had an instinct, an intuition, a thought about something that you wanted to pursue, something that you wanted to do, and you might have forgot about it, you know, but it was something that you already, you know, were thinking of. And then once you forget about it, you go on your journey, and then you find yourself in a situation where you overhear, or you went to an event, or you meet someone, and they mention that same exact thing that you were thinking about. And you're like, wait a minute. This is not a coincidence. It's not. So, and you may do that unintentionally, right? So imagine when you become aware, taking the first insight, you become aware of that power. And then you start to do things with intention. You know what I'm saying? Islam, I self-law, and master. That's when you start to really step into your being, you know what I mean? And start being the creator that you naturally are. That is called alchemy, because you are the alchemist. That's another great book, The Alchemist. But I'm gonna stay focused, so I get excited about books. All right, so here we go. That's the first insight, becoming aware of becoming conscious of the idea that things are not coincidence. And I can give my own personal example. I mean, it happens to me all the time, but this one is the most recent. So I most recently started to do some research on sacred geometry. And if you don't know about sacred geometry, go do a quick go do a quick Google search. Like sacred geometry, yo, the building blocks of the whole world and how it's all like, you know what I'm saying? It's proof that there's one designer because it's all mathematically portioned. You know what I'm saying? Like Fibonacci sequence, and I mean, it's so much behind it. But like, so I was doing some research on, you know what I'm saying, sacred geometry. Now, I'm just starting to get into it. I've been aware of it, but I really want to understand like some of these sacred geometry symbols and what they actually mean. And so I was doing the other night, looking up some of these symbols, and I was like, it's a lot to, you know, to read and a lot to digest. So I was like, I'm gonna take a break from this, but I'm gonna pick a symbol and I'm gonna like really do some detailed research on it. And I kind of looked at some of them, and of course, like the flower of life always comes up, and you might have heard it, hear it mentioned in other places. But I just had that in my mind. Boom, flower of life. Maybe that's something I'm going to look into more, because they say that that's like the beginning building blocks of like the world, the universe, the omniverse, which is the flower of life, and it's a beautiful design. So boom, go about my business. The next day, I think it was maybe 2 days later. So I happened to be in Hamden, and I came across this pizza shop. So I go and sit, and it was nice outside. So I sit at the table of the pizza shop because I ordered something. So I was waiting for my food, and I decided to sit outside and sit at the table. So it's two tables, two circular tables. I sit there, and I'm chilling for a minute, looking on my phone. Then I put down my phone on the tabletop. Yo, I look at the tabletop, and the whole tabletop has this design of, guess what? The flower of life, yo. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. This design looks so familiar. And so I'm going back, and I'm like, that is the flower of life. I was just the other night doing some research, trying to figure out which symbols I wanted to study first. And I just happened to be in this neighborhood and sit at a pizza shop and sit at a regular, I'm talking about regular pizza. There ain't no sacred geometry pizza store, man. It was a regular pizza shop. I just happened to sit at the table, look on the tabletop, and it's the flower of life. Yo, that's the first insight. I'm like, and like, I be wanting to talk about this to people, but like, if you don't understand, if you ain't read it, or you know what I'm saying, it'll be like, you won't get excited as me. So like, I just encourage you all to go listen to the Celestine Prophecy. Please go read the book, go order it, do whatever, and then let's freaking talk about it.